Excellent.
So, Jay.
Yes.
I'm excited. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, and I'm trying to not, because I left off in a place, and I want to recapture that energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's hard because I'm hanging out with my friends, and we're talking about fucking robot shows, and like, these are all things I enjoy. No, why would you? Yeah, sure, hit me.
Okay, hang on. Let me just grab the thing. There we go. There we go. There.
Thank you. You monster.
This is gonna be a big one. So let me hit you off with the question first. You couldn't sleep last night. You tried to sleep a little bit, but found yourself shifting awake. And as you entered that state, well, you'll find yourself kind of sitting back up. Again, having moved off, you explain the very basics of what's been going on to Teach and Beatrice in a sitting, basically. You got help from Horus with that. And, well, after getting all of that basic stuff down, you all understood that tomorrow you had one hell of a day ahead of you. After all, it was the day Zenith was going to make for you. So, with that in mind, I am going to ask you a question. Is there someone you would like to talk to?
Yeah, I had some ideas for this.
Okay.
So, you said I could hang out with anyone or anyone in any combination.
Yes.
Could I do 2 sets of 2? So,
okay.
Hang out with 2 people, then 2 people. I don't intend this to be long.
Alrighty. In which case, I think what we'll do you want those to be before or after you hit your sleepless point? How do you want to build this up?
I think one before, one after.
Yeah, that's fair. In which case, I might have a... Yeah, we'll think. So, alrighty. I can drop you down. Let's see. What's up? Give me a little basic context, and I'll set it up for you.
So here's where my brain's at. I think post explaining things to Teach, Illyria's like, well, we got to do this thing tomorrow, so I've got a plan, and it only makes sense that we get everybody in the same place and like we talk this out. It's not fair that we're just filling Teach in. So
yeah,
I think she is going to grab Taka, and I'd like to talk to Taka and Beatrice.
Okay, sure. I'll have Teach over there then, and I'll put Taka and Beatrice here. There you go. We'll have. So what I will do is I'll give you Taka and Beatrice, and I could just have Horus and Teach fucking off in the background.
Yes.
So yeah, let's get you in here then. As you find yourself, again, starting to get a bit late, you sit with the other 2. Let me see. What am I gonna get with? Let's get something here. What's a good song to play here?
I could describe what Illyria intends to do a little bit, because it's nothing like I'm not gonna surprise you with any mind-blowing plans.
Yeah.
So the reason she grabbed Taka and Beatrice is because they're 2 of they're the 2 genuine door walkers she's met while she's here, who aren't like Teach or some sort of special exception in one or more ways. They are also, in a practical sense, very, very helpful. So both of them are exceptionally good at basically like helping to make stuff. So Illyria, in a very practical sense, grabbed both of them, and she's getting their help engineering this night as many potions as possible, because the end's tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. So that makes sense to me. Let me go actually then, in that case. Go to this map. And there we go, that's loaded. I'm just going to go grab some assets real quick and plop them on that table. Let's pop this up too. Nice. We got it. And I'll pop back there and get it going. So I just big easy. See, so easy, too easy.
Bada boom.
Bada boom.
Simple.
Easy money. That's what we like to say here in Wilting Vows. Easy money.
This secretly financed campaign that only Beatrice has been succeeding at.
There we go. So, you basically sit on down with these folks and just spend that time basically getting stuff ready, just about. And it acts as a bonus of also, kind of for you, it's kind of becomes something of a rest, honestly.
Thanks for bringing all this stuff over.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Those all those flowers from your greenhouse actually proved to be extremely useful. I think they saved someone's life.
Oh, well, cool. Yeah, I just kind of picked them up as like a hobby and stuff, you know. But yeah, thought I could make extra money on the side, like selling to, you know, doctors. Actually, kind of convenient, I guess.
Well, when we get out of here, she stops and thinks. I don't know. I don't know if you had that flower shop to begin with. She kind of mumbles to herself.
He thinks a bit. Nah, I totally did. Beatrice actually chimes up. That he did. Well, you know how I got brought on back to my shop. I remember going to see him all the time, and that's not something I got from here. He had that shop right set up. It was a really pleasant one. And, well, I guess in a similar vein, I guess you missed it, huh? She kind of looks over at him, and he's just like, he kind of like scratches his head a bit. Guess. Haven't found real employment elsewhere, but no one's coming to knock at any doors right now. I think people kind of get that right now, you know? Still got, like, you know, everything's crazy and stuff.
I mean, once we leave here, it'll be less crazy. Illyria looks over at Taka. Is that what called you back? Flower shop?
Yeah, kinda. And a little peace of mind, I guess. Felt like, he kinda thinks a bit. You know, like, he kinda thinks about that a little bit. Guess I was tired of not really knowing.
What do you mean, not really knowing?
Beat just kind of sits back and looks at him too. Well, I mean, out there, everyone's all like, everyone's cold, everyone's like dull and dim, and I don't know why. Part of it's like not knowing if it's because of like, well, all that stuff that happened a couple months ago, or if it's something else. Everyone's kind of crazy on edge, but like I can tell that kind of thing, but I don't know why, you know. At least here, I think it was clarity. I had a shop that was mine, and I had I guess it's just something about knowing that everyone was sick, knowing that why everyone might be mad at me even just kind of seemed appealing.
She kind of like cocks an eyebrow. Obviously, he can't see this, but she like looks over at him quizzically. Everyone, wait, you think everyone's mad at you?
I mean, a little bit, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, V just kind of teams up. Yeah, Taka, you're just a pleasant fella. He kind of like thinks about that a bit. I mean, everyone's like, just he can't really explain himself in that moment.
You just
I don't. I just when you.
Is it just a vibe you get, or
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see that stuff, You said you understood that back at the flower shop, right?
Yeah, like people look at you and they don't really want to talk to you or get close.
Yeah, kind of like that. But then I see them like he kind of stops a bit, leans back, and he just kind of he takes off his mask for a moment, just kind of leans it to the side and lays his head back on the couch a bit. I guess when I see everyone getting like that, and I talk to them and interact with them, I just I don't really know why. So I guess I'm just feel that maybe that's on me a bit. I don't really know how to. I don't know what it is about talking to people, but they don't really like talking to Taka too much.
Well, at the very least, I can say that's on them. She goes
Very
back
much
to
is on them.
she goes back to mixing potions.
Yeah, he kind of stops a bit and like, yeah. He kind of scoots up a bit and starts making some for a moment.
Like,
And I think I kind of started learning that talking to you,
Really?
That, yeah, like if someone yells at you or stressed out, that they're not like you. You walked in this place and you were very dim. You were like, I looked at you and I just saw like your light was super just kind of waning,
She looks down and kind of nods.
And it's gotten a lot brighter, but you were pretty cool,
She looks genuinely a little surprised at that. Like, her entire body fidgets backwards. Really? When? All I've done mostly is cry and run around.
You gotta think about that. I haven't seen any of that.
That's why I wear the mask. She taps the side of it. Harder to tell when I'm sobbing, which is... She thinks back in the last few days. Almost constantly.
Beatrice kind of screws up her face like, oh, hon, that ain't good. So sometimes it's all right to let people see you cry, because then that means they know maybe to help you out a little bit. And that goes for both of you. You wear that mask all the time, Taka. He's kind of thinking, that's just like, he kind of points at his facial scarring just like up repeatedly. And I look scary, I mean, people think, sometimes people look at my eyes and think I'm a bit scary.
Yeah, ditto. Think we're three of a kind.
She thinks like, no, I don't know about that. Just like you said earlier, that's on them. I personally think my eyes are rather beautiful.
They're gorgeous.
That goes for you too.
Illyria just, fumbling with the potions, just, blatantly states, yeah, they're gorgeous. Not flattery, just a statement of fact.
Yeah.
She keeps mixing. That, kind of turns over to Taka. Well, yeah, no, it's certainly on them. I think if people can't approach someone who sells flowers for a living for the dead, I think they're the ones deficient in sympathy. If your face is a little scary, you put on a mask that's frankly bright pink, appealing color, you dress nice. And your attitude is as non-confrontational as I think they can get. No, just speaking purely objectively in this case, this is literally on them. Illyria's eyes pierce through Taka like daggers.
You notice his mouth change a little bit, and you realize that it's kind of hard to tell, but you could feel like just looking at his eyebrows, seeing his face a little bit, you can actually see that he's smiling.
Oh.
And he's kind of like, I think that's it, that right there. You saying you're just running around and crying and shit, but nah, I don't see that. Come on, you've been just saying nothing but positive, nice things to me the entire time, and it's honestly been like a fresher breath air. Fresher breath. Fresher. You gotta think of it. Yeah, that's it. That's it, right? That's it. Okay.
She sits back in the chair and like thinks about what she's done. Yeah, I guess I've been trying. Yeah.
Nah, guess yeah, I mean, Beatrice kind of chimes up. Sounds like you've been objectively succeeding, hon.
I'm gonna roll to die versus. Yeah, she is summarily got. She puts her hands up. Yeah, touche.
Taka kind of sits there for a little bit and thinks a little bit about that. Yeah, he kind of seems to keep making potions and that, and Beatrice makes some other comments occasionally, but generally it goes back to a bit of silence, and you feel yourself in that moment. You when you've been around Taka with this, you felt this tense sensation, and it finally kind of seems to go back, kind of drop a bit. And it's that moment that you finally feel it's like been a rock inside of him that you started to feel at a certain point.
Oh.
And it's in that moment that you feel silently, without any kind of fanfare, that was a rock of anxiousness around you, defensiveness to say the least. You feel like Taka, around a lot of people, feels pretty afraid, actually.
Oh.
In those moments when he's confrontational, he's probably just defensive.
Oh.
And as you sit there making potions, you feel a laxing in his body language, a gentle smile, as the Gravedigger opens up to not just you, but a lot of people today.
Oh.
Here you go.
Aw. That was extremely sweet.
I love this boy.
He's great.
And quietly, that conversation continues until the potions are finished.
Yeah, she's just gonna try to make as many as possible. You want me to give you a roll?
Yeah, sure thing.
1d20 plus 1d6.
Let's say you're gonna get the extra 3 from Beatrice from tomorrow. Okay. And that's hers. Okay. I'm gonna have Taka roll to do for me.
Crit 1! Oh, hell yeah! Taka got a 2! Listen, Illyria is off of her game. She is not killing it right now.
Oh my god. You yeah, you get those 3, but yeah, those
so Beatrice is the one who makes all the potions, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, you two cry all night. Everyone's exhausted, even Beatrice, but she seems to be pretty capable of continuing through exhaustion in this way, and you get some potions done. Not as much as you would have liked at all, and you're worried about what tomorrow brings. But yeah, at which point, eventually that conversation ends. Taka decides to stick around just a little bit longer, but at that point, he kind of heads back. Beatrice turns in. Who next? What's your next thing?
Would like to, just to finish this off, I'd like to talk to Teach and Orchestra.
Ooh. Okay.
This is a scene that lets you play both of your favorites.
Thank you. In that case, I do have an idea for how to get into this scene.
Okay. Yeah, hit me with
And,
whatever.
This will be a little bit of a longer one in that case.
Yeah, do whatever.
So, you try to turn in for the night after that. You basically kind of pull to the side and just kind of you take a spot on that couch again. And as you end up trying to get some of that sleep, you end up just kind of rolling and tussling a bit. You kind of like drift up again out of that spot as you feel a hand very lightly tap you on the shoulder, and you sit up and you turn around at the and you turn around at that gentle touch, and
You can't sleep either, huh?
She looks up, actually, like, fuck, is she surprised? Are you capable of surprise at this point, Illyria? You know what? She ain't.
Mhm.
She kind of like rolls over, looks at Zenith, and just goes, "Nope, unfortunately not."
That's a shame. I understand. The excitement, I assume.
Yeah, I'd hate to be tired for your big day.
What makes it my big day is because you're a part of it. So really, it's ours.
How dare you open with that? Illyria looks genuinely taken aback for a second, and she kind of like tries to process that, but frankly, it's like the gears in her head were smashed and are lying on the ground just twitching bits of broken clockwork. But she instead of trying to internalize it like she normally does for herself, she looks at Zenith and asks genuinely, "Why do you say that?" I'm trying to figure it out. I think I've done a good job keeping up so far, but can you tell me?
Well, I've never really had a day that was meant for me. I always had to do what was necessary for the script. The one I threw out the window, so I can't even reference it anymore.
She thinks back, wow, we literally threw the script out the window.
He like taps the side of his head like, you got it, did you?
Yes. Yeah, no, her mouth kind of like curls into the first slight smile that's come out of her in a while. She goes, very funny.
But much like tragedy needs comedy, and comedy needs tragedy, it is difficult to envision a day dedicated to me. Just like I find it difficult to envision a day dedicated to you. Too much of one thing gets tiresome. If we are to have the best, yes, if we are to have the best finale, we need all hands on deck.
She thinks about that. I think that's why I feel some of this. What is this feeling? She like clutches at her chest for a second. Yeah, this is gratitude. That that second day 3 felt like it was a whole lot for me. So to a certain extent, I'm only returning the favor. She looks over at Zenith. I'm going to be honest, without all that, I don't know what, I probably would have broken out of here the first chance I got. The second I got all of that power from Teach, I would have tried to smash this place. But, I think I learned something, so thanks, genuinely, for that one.
Oh, it's weird to receive such gratitude. I appreciate it. Don't doubt that for a moment. But I'm not used to it. And I still wonder if it is deserved.
She thinks about that for a second. I think it is.
Oh, he just like bats his hand. You suck up.
She shakes her head. Honestly, at this point, I've spent the last few days trying to be a sycophant, trying to get to know people, and trying to figure them out to, like, honestly get under your skin and try to break them out of this mess. I've learned I'm exceptionally bad at it. She looks back over at the door that Beatrice went to sleep in. The only time I got through to her was when I dragged her kicking and screaming and showed an ugly side of myself and saw an ugly side of her. So,
But through that ugliness, something beautiful has blossomed.
I guess.
Take for example, some of the most glorious fields of flowers start with a lot of horse shit. It smells dreadful, no one likes it, but eventually it leads to something pretty nice.
Out of character, I'm fucking losing it. In character, Illyria looks Zenith dead in the eyes and states with no fucking inflection or emotion, I think you might be the single funniest person I know.
Thank you.
Oh shit! She nods along. So, with this day for you, if I can pick up, of course, she bows slightly. If I could pick up the flow of conversation, what's the part I play in it?
I think it's more interesting if you just respond. I think this is the one time I'm going to break one of my rules. I did say I would warn you for all the trials ahead, but I think this one, if you don't mind, he leans in, I'll play the villain once again.
She thinks about that for a second, goes, okay, yeah. It's your day. You decide what role on the stage you want to take. Our day. She corrects herself.
That took you a little bit, but you caught it. Well, normally he like pulls out a little pocket watch, and you see when he pops it open, it's like really grody, and like actually some of the numbers on the clock have fallen off and it's dirty. And for like the minute sign, it's like a bug wing, but for the hour, it's a bug leg. And he's just like, well, it is getting pretty late or perhaps early. And I'd like to ask you your question now, just so when the morning starts, you can hit the ground running.
She nods.
If you're still awake and it's midnight, is it today or tomorrow?
Oh my fucking god. How long did you have this plan?
Like an hour ago?
God, I know what my answer is. Yeah. I know what I would say. I know I'm obviously going to say, still today. Fuck. Oh boy, Illyria very seriously says, "Well, obviously it's tomorrow, right?"
It's one of those few questions where both are correct. There's one that's socially correct and one that's actually correct. And I'm glad to see you're pretty smart.
I'm losing my fucking mind. Holy shit.
Yeah.
She tips her head. Is that all? Is that all I can help you with?
Yes. Normally I'd ask your dilemma as well, but I don't think it'll be necessary.
She perks up.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with rest. And he kind of like slowly comes around the chair and the couch. He doesn't really have the same flamboyant energy he usually does. It's very just casual. And he just sets down a glass of water.
Oh.
Well, maybe that'll help. I'm not really a doctor, so. Well,
She looks down at the glass of water. Is it like clear and clean?
it looks like after multiple attempts, yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, she'll pop off the mask, and as he leaves, she's gonna drink it.
Alrighty. You do. You drink down a cup of fresh water.
He like stops at the top of the stairs and looks over. I hope you get a good night's sleep. You've earned it at this point.
She has nothing to say to that. She just smiles.
And he just disappears down the stairs.
You find yourself sitting there a bit, now up awake with water and having encountered Zenith in that place. And as you do that, there's a bit of a crash downstairs. It's sudden. And
She bolts upright. And she's gonna run downstairs.
Alright, you do that. And yeah, let me just. Alright, I'm going to move to the downstairs map real fast. Let me just put some stuff. Oh, there's no night layer here. Okay, let me put that on there as well. There we go. I'll just pop them out of the. Oops. Move that. That. Almost there. Fantastic. And yeah, you kind of stumble downstairs as you hear this crashing sound. And yeah, you as you run, you okay, hang on, let me put down new you here. But there you are. Oh, I guess you don't have that. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Because I grabbed you not from your character sheet. Okay, cool.
Ooh.
There you go. Now that's all ready. You stumble downstairs, and you actually end up inadvertently catching up to Zenith, who didn't do that thing where he just disappears yet, and he just kind of like his attention is drifting at the door for a second there, and he just kind of shrugs and starts getting ready to go again.
Okay, you heard that too.
Yes, curious to say the least.
I'll take a look.
You-
Yeah.
Mhm.
Illyria like awkwardly nudges past, smiles, and opens the door.
Mhm. You do, and as you go on inside, you see someone inspecting over someone who is fell out of space and time into a storeroom and knocked into a bunch of barrels. And she's like, "Ah, ow, ah, why does this always happen?"
Illyria looks at the situation, blue screens temporarily, and just sits there, creakily head turns back out the door. I think it's fine.
I didn't recognize that voice.
Illyria looks back through the fucking door at the pair of Orchestra and Teach. I'm going to be honest, I feel like it's... What was that promise I made on the 4th day? That all of my secrets would be laid bare, etc.? The least I could do is do you a solid now. She actually just opens the door and lets Zenith see.
Yeah, and you do that. And as you open the door, Zenith, you look and you notice that someone was already looking through the door and staring directly at you with a cold mask.
Orchestra.
Hey, this is girls' night. Get out.
That is fair. But one day, Orchestra, there'll be boys' morning. Just you wait. Truly a morning of reckoning! And you won't be invited. None of you will. Unless you want to, then like I guess, sure. But it'll be for me! Congratulations on speaking. That's neat. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit.
Illyria
You
looks...
hear a little flash as he kicks a chair. Fucking bullshit.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Wow. What a whiner.
He's had a stressful week.
You had a stressful week.
We've all had a stressful week.
She kicks back on the barrel, I guess. Peach kind of like scratches her head. So she can talk, huh?
Yeah, she can. Well, now.
Mm-hmm. Stops a bit. And yeah, you find yourself standing here with these two, just kind of in a storage room, just there.
No, this is awkward. Teach, Orchestra, Teach. Say hi, shake hands or whatever.
Steps up and gives Orchestra a little smile, and Orchestra locked in, shakes hands with her as well. And yeah, Orchestra's like, it's absolutely a pleasure. She kind of thinks, I have had to compose so many songs for you. Teach is just like, sorry? No, it was fun. I liked it. She kind of turns over. Oh, this is good job. I like her when she's awake.
I like her when she's not diseased, yes. You can feel the age behind Illyria at this point.
Yeah. She kind of like scratches her head and steps back a bit as well. Yeah, I was you remember that the Teach was sleeping on the comforter next to you, but wasn't there when Zenith came there? And yeah,
You have trouble sleeping too?
Teach kind of like smiles a bit. Yeah, that's a bit of a usual thing, honestly. But I mean, it's a little worse here. I'd definitely say as well.
Mm-hmm. I've been getting help sleeping, Illyria says, like looking down, kind of sheepish.
Oh. Is that like she thinks, yeah. Is that she kind of turns over and an orchestra kind of like proudly nods her head. Yes, I'm pretty helpful.
She really is. She's like, Illyria perks up slightly. So what are you doing here? She moves back over.
She kind of kicks up on the barrel a bit and looks and was like, well, despite his show, Zenith said my services would not be required. At least not in this capacity.
Is somebody else running the music?
No, he said there was no need for music. Though, I'm probably going to play some anyways, because I like music. But he said there was nothing.
It adds a flair.
Me. It does. And, well, I also was worried about you. I played some nice tunes for both of you, and for some reason it didn't seem to stick like I hoped it would.
Oh, yeah. She looks back over at Teach.
Teach, again, is like, oh, geez, what? And then she kind of realizes, oh, the music, same experience you had. When mentioning the music, it's something that actually seems to pick up now. And Orchestra just kind of kicks her feet on the barrel a little bit as she just kind of leans back on it. How are you two doing then? I'll tell you right now, I'm fine, but I'm worried about you
two. She looks over at Orchestra. This is I've spent probably the entire time I've been here worrying about people. But I will admit, it's been kind of nice. I haven't been worried about you once, she says, looking over at Orchestra.
Orchestra stops a bit and kind of looks to you. Thank you, that's nice. I wish I could say the same.
Yeah. I'm sure. No, like, I don't know how to put it. Illyria, like, kicks her feet on the barrel.
Teach kind of steps up a little bit. I've been a bit worried about everyone too, but more of a kind of, well, I think for me, I was more just concerned about, well, I was worried about people because I felt like I didn't have the ability to. It was a kind of an active worry. I felt really frustrated because I was stuck in bed and there were people I cared about in danger and I couldn't do anything about it, so I guess she kind of like, again, fidgets a bit. Guess I just sort of went a little, got really mad and I don't know if I should apologize or no, I don't know. He just kind of like shifts around a bit. It's.
I think we've sort of all had experiences with powerlessness, and exactly how you chose to express your frustration with that was in a way that probably saved my life. So I don't think you should apologize.
Teach thinks about that a bit. A lot of complicated, weird feelings seem to spark up, but
you don't get to be shining gold you don't get to be shining gold all the time. Sometimes you find a way to help people and it's ugly. Or it makes us ugly.
Yeah, maybe. It seems real.
Yeah, this entire thing has been it's been a rapid course in accepting reality, I think, despite being a dream.
And Beatrice stops a bit or Beatrice. She's upstairs. She's asleep. Of course she's stopping. No,
Yeah.
I just looked. I saw blue, and my brain
Yeah.
auto-completed. But no, the other blue lady. Orchestra kind of waves up her hand a bit, and it's like, so she kind of like flips the conductor's wand back, and it just kind of floats in the air, and she kind of just leans on her hands a little bit. Wow, what did you both learn then?
Illyria sags. Well, a lot of it is gonna take probably a while to. No, fuck it. She unclasps her mask and like rubs her eyes. I feel like I've processed a little too much of it already anyway. She draws herself up, slaps her cheeks, and like tries to center herself more. Look, I feel like I learn something new absolutely every day here. I feel like I discover a new purpose or another key to whatever lock is keeping my mind just trapped in place. But always something comes up to challenge and smash it, and when it comes down to it, it crumbles like she's like her brain really quickly is running through my something that sandcastle. Do those crumble easily? I've never been to the beach.
They do. They crumble real bad. I think. I have never been to the beach either.
Both look at Teach.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the big thing that I guess the big thing that's sort of pissing me off now, and like the big thing that's holding me back from being happy despite being surrounded by literally my two favorite people.
Teach gets bashful, and Orchestra just nods her head.
Is well, I guess still feels like something's broken here. She taps the side of her head. Like I'm gonna explain this with a metaphor because I literally don't know how to do it otherwise. If it gets lost, put up a hand, okay?
Okay.
I think I misdiagnosed this entire thing. From the very beginning, I was trying to treat a disease. Like, this entire situation was some sort of contagious illness. But in reality, it wasn't that. It was a wound. Now, protocol for treating a disease and treating a wound are entirely different, obviously. You have to think about it very, very differently. A disease can exist throughout the entire body. A wound is something usually brought on by some sort of external influence. It can be localized, but its damage can spread. She starts to mumble and then puts up her hand. Okay. Belabored metaphor. But she puts them down. If we're talking about treating a disease, we're thinking about applying medicine, finding the exact cure for it, and concocting the magic potion that will make absolutely everyone and everything okay. But this situation, it sure as hell isn't a disease. All this was caused by a wound. One person got hurt in a way that they couldn't recover from, not on their own. And it spread and it hurt more people. And it was me and my arrogance again. I thought I could take that same wound and be fine. But Teach, when I saw you lying there on that bed, I felt every bit of regret that permeated this place. And, kind of learned it's not so simple. You get hurt in that way, and, it's a long time to recover. She,
nods her head. And, yeah, I think that's what got me in here. I don't think I have recovered either. I don't, I feel a bit more clear-minded right now, but that's less because I feel like my wound is cleared, but more that I might have cleaned it and am able to walk again. But I don't think it's done yet. I think it's fine if it's not.
Illyria kind of nods. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. Still hurts like hell. And, crap. She shakes her head. It's like, she draws herself up to her full height on the barrel. Long time ago, I was told I was kind of hurt like this. You probably know, looks over at Teach. My parents aren't around.
Teach nods her head.
Reason I look like this, she points at her face. Weird mixture of, Testudo and Deltano blood. By rights, I should be Illyria Deltano. She kind of like looks up at the ceiling. I don't know what happened to them, but for my family, my grandma kind of raised me like she was her own. My mom, I guess. But I don't just hate this face because it's ugly, but I don't like it too much because for me and my family, it always presented a problem. I've lived with that wound for years and years and years and years. And, spent a long time healing. And the best way that I could put it is, you get tired eventually. You spend all your time fixing yourself because something or someone hurt you, and that's sort of all that's left. Healing. She looks over to the side. Sort of wears down whatever edges you have, whatever bits of your personality that might have been there. And all that's left is this insistence that maybe something better will come eventually. So, now that I see the size and scope of a wound like this, I guess I'm just in awe of the enormity of it. But, I think that's the part that pisses me off the most. This doctor lost somebody really damn important to him, right? Now, he decided, instead of take so many damn coping mechanisms, I can understand them. Section yourself off, hide yourself away, disappear into a dream, it's all fine. But I hate this idea that his regret is making him hurt more people. So, I get it now. If you died today or tomorrow, I'd be in the same spot. I'd be angry, bitter, and full of regret. But, I guess now more than anything, I want to show him that there's a way out of this that doesn't involve creating a personal devil dragging everybody else into your awful coping mechanisms. Because hell, healing wore me down to nothing. But it's starting to be something. And if I'm hurt again, I'll take all the time I need. Again. But gonna make sure another Heather doesn't happen. I'm gonna make sure another Horus doesn't happen. And I won't create a Zenith to carry all that hatred. She looks down and, like, you can sense it. This is, like, all of this is weighing pretty heavy on her, but there's almost like a gentle sort of determination to her.
Yeah.
And she looks over to Teach. Your method of dealing with a wound like that, it's strong, but it's not for me.
She kind of looks at you and moves up and smiles a bit, and then she kind of moves and sits down basically right next to you. And she's kind of like, that's very good too. Because the method I have heals wounds pretty quick. It doesn't heal a scar. I think I'm realizing that. You could have healed real quick and got back up and got back punching. But I think what I like and trust about your method so much, maybe what I kind of gave back, is because you're a doctor, you know about all this, but even beyond that, I just felt safe. I felt comfortable giving you that because it didn't feel like you wanted it. I thought that, well, the best way to heal from a wound is a way that'll make it where you're ready to live with the scar, I guess. I don't think I even want the way to heal the wounds that I have. So hearing you say all that, well, made me feel kind of happy too. I feel like I might have learned some stuff as well.
She like fidgets with her hands. This might be my own arrogance again. But I'm not even too interested in fixing my own scars. Sorta like she taps her chest again. All that time I spent thinking about myself, and all that time I spent so tired and empty. That was for me. I learned something, I guess. I learned I don't want anybody else to go through that.
She reaches up and holds onto her left shoulder, where you see some form of scar left over on her body. One physical, but she seems to reflect, and you feel a bit of emotion pang through her body. It's a letting go of certain things. It's a relief at hearing someone else say something that you've been telling yourself for a while. And she kind of turns and smiles at you. I agree with that. I don't think I'm over my scars, and I don't know if I will ever. It's the way I chose to go through things in the past. But even if I never do, I know what I want to do going forward, and that's good enough for me. And I'm glad in a way you're maybe finding that too. Because she kind of stops a bit, and then I think the important thing is less it's less having to deal with scars. It's more like, what do you learn from them? What do you take with that past and that history? And what do you turn it into?
She kind of smiles. Well, I think what I'd learn is, and if this were the Illyria Testudo that came in here 3 days ago, she thinks back to the day that was particularly bad. I think I'd promise never again. But, I've sort of learned, no matter what, this'll keep happening to people. So, I guess when it happens again, I'll make it easier for them. And if it's me, I'll make it easier for myself.
She kind of nods her head.
She turns over. She turns over and starts to stare at the wall. So, yeah, I guess I wanted to make a promise. Whatever comes tomorrow, if I lose you, I'm gonna mourn, and it's gonna hurt. But I promise to never let anybody get hurt in the same way. It's the best way to honor what happened here. So, I'm hoping, I don't wind up there. But, I'd hate to lose the person most precious to me. She starts to fidget, and, her gaze actually drifts, and, while she was clearly addressing the conversation earlier to Teach, she's looking at this one now.
Mm-hmm. Teach kind of smiles and leans back against the wall a bit, and Orchestra is lounging back now against one of these barrels as she looks at the conversation going forward. Her hands kind of pressed together just on her chest. And she kind of stops a bit. Well, I can say that, for one thing. She kind of thinks a bit. When I came in here, I was a little concerned. And to some degree, I guess I still am. Though I'm happy to know that you're very committed to not repeating all of that breakdown, build up, breakdown stuff again. Honestly, that just hurts to look at. She kind of kicks her feet up again, and then hops down onto the floor and grabs her wand again and kind of turns around. And she looks. You said you want to make a promise? Can you promise me to one thing?
Yeah?
Can you promise me to stop making promises?
She stubs. She, sort of fidgets. I'm the type of person that if I don't make a promise, I won't do it. I have to promise myself constantly, or else I'll never move to begin with.
She thinks about that. I think that's why you keep crumbling down. You like to put yourself between the hammer and the anvil, Illyria, and it's... Well, I think it hurts a little. Because, you've been struck quite a lot this past week, and you've grown from it. You're being honed like a real iron. It's very impressive. She stops. The way she said that does not betray any impressness from Orchestra, however. But it also kind of hurts. Because, just like you were saying, if Miss Teach over there just ended up dying, you would have fallen to that same spot. Because you like making vows. And she kind of stops a bit. This goes for both of you. She kind of points her wand at Teach, and she just blinks and recoils a little bit as Orchestra kind of walks up. Look, I know very few things. All I have is some leftovers of, the person I came from. But that means that I can say with 100% confidence that all of my life has been spent thinking about this subject. And she kind of turns and directly stares at Illyria. It's important to find something to push yourself that's not going to destroy you. You make promises, and they're coming from a good place. When you promise those things, you keep making them in a way that's absolute. You try to push yourself to the absolute limit with them. Don't worry, I'll never let anyone fall into this state again. Don't worry, I will free you from this spot. Sometimes you do. She kind of points at herself. After all, you succeeded on my case. Though, you stopped again. I did help a little myself. But then she kind of drips back a bit. But other times, that doesn't work out. When that happens, it crashes hard on you. And I can see two paths ahead. One path where you continue to break yourself down to build yourself up over and over again. And I don't like that path. Because that's the path where at some point you're going to find yourself, well, she kind of shrugs. I suppose, no better word for it. You're going to reach the zenith of what you can do with that. And all that's going to be left is hurting.
Illyria starts shaking, and she clips her mask back on. She looks down at her hands with a struggling voice. I just want it all to have meant something. Like all that stuff that we all went through, like it mattered for something. It wasn't just arbitrary or some act of nature. We could learn and grow from it. Like at the end of the day, I could say, I swore an oath, and I have kept it, and I can't be hurt in the same way again. The mask rattles. Normally, it's good at hiding the sobs. This one's not so much.
You feel the sobbing kind of, well, hits the mask a bit, makes it a bit off. You see someone coming up, and barely seeing them through, you feel two figures kind of approach in on you. An orchestra kind of looks you straight through the mask. Illyria, look at me. It did matter. Look, we can be... It mattered a lot to me. It mattered in a way that, coming out of this, I know I get to be your friend. You learned a lot. There's so much that you learned from here. You don't need to punish yourself by giving yourself a new weight to carry around. You can let the last ones drop. You can just accept the growth and let it leave. You can let sleeping dogs lie, okay?
She looks dead serious and asks the question she's wanted to ask this entire time. Is that enough? Is that enough to justify all of this? Is it okay? Am I allowed to be okay with this?
Orchestra stops a moment. And she thinks, none of this is okay. None of it's fine. Everything you've gone through hurts a lot. But I can't think of anything less okay than you walking out of this feeling like you owe it to the world to change it. I want you to be happy on the other side of this because you want to be happy, because you learned from it. Because that's how I feel, and it feels great. I don't have any regrets. But those promises you're making, they come from your regret.
She looks down and she looks down and just thinks about that for a second. It's all a mess. At the end of every single day, Illyria's habit was to try to find some way in which her experiences had meaning. It was to try to find some way that all of that suffering would be turned into forward momentum, and in that way she could keep moving. And in this moment, she feels how heavy that momentum is. It's like a boulder picking up speed heading downhill. Every single time she's pushed back or hit down, she finds another way to drive onwards. But, all of this, she doesn't know. She doesn't know if all of this ends with the dream, or if it carries on into the future. Is it another 20 years of just vanishing inside? Another 20 years of healing? Or is it something sadder than that? She unclips her mask again, sort of letting it fall to her side. Shakes her head. I don't know any other way to live. I can only make a promise for the future and beg life to be kind enough to let it come true.
Orchestra kind of grabs your hand slightly, and then another one goes to your shoulder, and she gets real close. Her mask moves up, and you feel her just kind of like tilt her head forward, and you feel the slight touch of her forehead's mask against hers.
Oh.
She just kind of like holds herself close in that way and just takes a moment to be there. And then you hear the echo from the inside of that empty suit as she speaks again. Hey, I understand. It's a lot. You don't have to worry about doing that by yourself. It's gonna be the first dive in. It's gonna take some time to figure that out. I don't know how to maybe figure that out. I just don't want to see someone else I love fall in that path.
Illyria hears that and where I'm from, we're only as good as our word. Promise of a doctor, promise of a member of Riviera is awfully the same in a lot of regards. It's a matter of respect. And it's a matter of keeping one's vows. If I lose that, I don't know what's left. Because, I built myself a web of them. I promised when I was brave enough I'd go to see Teach. I promised when I was strong enough I would tell Mother that I don't want this life. I promised when I left this place I would never let it happen again. What happens if I break all of them at once?
Orchestra stops a bit, and she kind of pulls herself back, and you see her kind of sit there for in this moment. You feel a bit of remorse. A pinch of regret hits her, but she extends it outwards, letting it out into the world before it sits there, letting honesty take over. I'm afraid if I knew that question, maybe I would have been able to get a deer out of here. But I don't. I just know that I'm not willing to give up on figuring it out because I want to help you do that. Teach kind of been silently also just sitting near to you, kind of stands up a bit just to be able to be there and kind of just scoots up there. And I think this is the one thing I might be able to help with, maybe. I used to make a lot of promises. I used to make a lot of oaths that I'd stop certain things from happening again. I really didn't want to lose people. And every time and go stumbling off to a new place. I'd make that same oath that I'd stop people from getting hurt. And every time, it never worked. But along the way there, I think I helped people. I think I've been able to give people something to click onto, even temporarily. She kind of like, she thinks about what she was able to give Illyria for a bit, even though that was only a temporary gift. She wishes she could have given you more, but at the same time, she does feel there are other people she thinks about in that moment. Other people that come with their own sadness, their own weight, their own traumas, but she also feels like she's helped them. And with that, she kind of stops a bit, but I don't think I have to do that anymore. She kind of sits there a moment, and then I think there's something important. Setting a goal and doing something you want to see in your life doesn't have to mean swearing by it to your dying breath. The world is complex and mean. It's not a nice place. There's not really such thing as justice intrinsically, nor is kindness really much of a thing that really exists at all either. That's all true. And I understood that. Just because that's the case doesn't mean I had to just sit by and accept it. Illyria, you really want to help people, don't you? You really want to stop stuff like this from happening, right?
She shakes her head.
She kind of stops a bit. She kind of moves down and moves up and faces you and looks. Hey. A smile returns to Teach as you feel her just kind of shake you out of something for just a moment. You recognize a smile that you've seen on her from years ago, but in that smile, something about this feels real. For the first time, Teach seems, since you've had this curse essentially to feel everything around you, for the first time, Teach seems to feel empty of those feelings, that sadness, that doubt. And she speaks true to herself in this moment. You're fantastic, Illyria. You're one of the kindest people I've met. And that doesn't come from a point of guilt. That comes from a point of genuine desire to see people happy. A desire for good things. And I remember how much it hurt you to see all those, read about all those things that happened to people in the past. The horrors of war, the dangers of medical malpractice, and the way you didn't want people to be hurt. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much of that came from a spot of guilt, a spot of trauma or otherwise. You have that now. And as you said, you don't really feel like healing those scars, right?
She sort of shakes her head. A lot of her has unraveled over the last conversation.
Yeah.
I like to imagine a world or a way to live where I could live without them, or I could fix them. But part of me also wants them to carry on so they had meaning, but she rubs her eyes. That's why I could never be a doctor. Too damn indecisive.
Hey. I think there's something I want to clarify with what I've been saying. I mentioned that the world's got no such thing as justice, no intrinsic kindness. Doesn't mean that there's any intrinsic negativity, though, huh? Cruelty, things like that. Those are also concepts we make up. The world just functions, and like a blank canvas, we keep moving through it. Those things do have meaning, you know? Because at the end of the day, even if making them into promises that drag you back and hold you firm against the wall that hurt you and crash you down, you can peel back a bit and still appreciate them. Because it really suck if not. Look, she kind of like rubs her head. We've both been through a lot, and we've let the world act on us a bit. I think it's okay to have a desire to want to change it, push forward, and move that. Because at the end of the day, what's stopping us, really? What the hell? Why can't we just change something? Why can't we just work towards curing that? I don't give a damn what came from. I've learned a lot from what I've experienced. You have too. You said it yourself just a bit ago, and you told the truth. You were speaking from your heart. You've learned so much from this place. You've learned so much and figured out a lot about yourself, and just because it doesn't have to be in a promise doesn't mean that's nothing. If you want to keep that, you can do it. That's something that's all right for you to do. But you can also do that by making a vow to yourself. But if it breaks, well, it doesn't really break just because you failed at it. That's the thing that you need to realize, Illyria. I have failed so much in my life, but I am still trying, and I am still moving forward, and that's what... God. I feel like I failed a lot of students recently. The thing that woke me up wasn't... I just saw you there, and I felt like I needed to do something. Up until now, I had felt like I had failed my purpose. I had broken down my own promise to try to add some light to this world, but it only broke when I gave up on it. But just because I failed doesn't mean I have to consider that a failure of my own being, right? We're allowed to feel sad because we couldn't meet up to our own standards. But you don't need to break yourself down every time you lose. You can be rash, you can make a decision, you can act, you can follow those promises. When you break down, you don't have to recalculate and rebuild everything so that you can't fail again. We're allowed to be a little stupid, right?
Illyria, kind of nods along to this. It all should track to her, but, everything that Teach has been through and everything that she's built out of her own life it's someone who's had a lot of experience with with pain, and with expectation, and with expectation for herself. And for Illyria, who's someone who's sort of just trying on this mask, she sees the end point, and she sees something utterly cold and exhausting, and her reaction is she slowly stands up and pats you on the shoulder. Thank you, Teach. Really, thanks. She starts to walk and sort of shoulders past, moves towards the door quietly, and her head is swimming. All the fear that she's felt over the last week, and the lie she told earlier, specifically that she wasn't worried about orchestra. All that weighs extremely heavy on her. She finally makes it to the door, and feeling all that fog bear down, all those promises, all those times she thought she'd figure it out, all of them wipe away. She feels something growing in her chest. She slowly turns around. Even without all that, without the doctor, without the testudo, without my promises, am I enough? Is it okay if it's just me? I don't have anything else.
Teach kind of moves and stands, and well, it's enough for the world. It's enough for me. It's enough for Orchestra over there. And it's damn well enough that anyone else can ask for. But if it's not enough for you, that's fine too.
I wanted so badly for this to be something more. I wanted so badly for this to be my purpose. I wanted so badly for it all to click, like that pain meant something. Letting go of it and accepting that is so damn hard. She puts her hand on the door. But I don't want to be this person anymore. So yeah, I guess. She rubs her eyes. Am I enough? I guess not. She turns around and like slumps against the door frame. I want to be that person that's collected all of her experiences and grown into something and someone brilliant. Recently, the most vivid of those have been pain. But I think I've been cheating myself a bit. She clicks the mask on. Don't think the parts of me that wanted to help were wrong. You're right. We grow from our scars. But pats herself down. I don't necessarily know if these were scars to begin with. This clarity I'm feeling right now, this is new. This beating in my chest that's telling me to carve this dream apart while preserving its dignity. It's brand new. I feel like I've talked too much about the suffering. I don't think I've talked enough about the blooming. She sets the mask in place. Feel like I've looked at this backwards the entire time. Testudo family motto is to sit here. It's to find people who are wounded, it's to make them better, and it's to make them owe us something. To put the world in our debt, because frankly, we are owed everything. And in being wounded, I have felt that I have owed someone something. Like this is all a debt to be paid. She stands up. She seems almost sort of light on her feet now. I think think you're right. She turns and looks at Orchestra. I think the worst possible outcome is me coming out of this and thinking that I'm indebted to someone somewhere, that I need to turn all of this bad and make it something good. I'm not doing this because of a promise. I'm doing this because I want to. I'm doing this because people I care about are here. And that's it. Feels so empty because I lost all of the strings connecting me to this place. Fuck, I'm here. She shakes her head. Come whatever may, I'm not doing this because of some dumb promise. That was just something I told myself to give myself the forward momentum I needed to actually carry through with this. I'm done hiding, I guess. Ready to face whatever this world has to throw at me. I'm ready and willing to look at somebody else who's gone through what I went through, and I'm ready to tell them no. I don't think I'm gonna be broken anymore. She takes a step forward. Because, these feelings, they aren't something capable of breaking. They'll change. I'll scream and cry. I'll be a coward. It's just a passing thing. It's not a failure. So, yeah, she turns to Orchestra. I'm done making promises. Suppose that's my last. She offers kind of a weak smile.
Good. And if you break it, I'll forgive you.
She hugs Orchestra. Thanks. I appreciate it. So, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna help all the people I want to. Not because I promised them something, but because of this frustrating sensation that at the end of the day, I want to see these people smile.
You feel a hand press on your back real quick, just a little pat. And I want to help you. So, I will. And that's just because I feel it.
She nods along. And of course I don't mean the people I've actually already helped smile so far. I'm proud of those. I'm proud to help them. I want to show someone who's only known hate and misery that there's something else out there. She looks back at the door. You assume for a second she's talking about Zenith. And that's certainly part of it, but she turns back to you, Teach. I want to show somebody who's taken on so many damn scars that they think that this world is a cold and uncaring place. She puts a hand on your shoulder now. I don't think this is another time to get wounded. I don't think it's a problem to give a shit. And, I don't think the end point of this is just another scar to carry on. I think there's something more than getting hurt. And I don't think it's wrong to stand out there, take a blow, but also embrace all the good at the same time. This world is so much kinder than you give it credit for.
Teach smiles at first, and then you feel some weight fall back, and she reaches up and wipes away a few tears that start to form. Yeah, I think I'd love to see that. Thank you.
She turns around and looks back at that door. I'm gonna prove it. Not as some dumb promise, but because somewhere in here, I know it to be true.
An orchestra nods her head.
After all, she immediately interrupts Orchestra and, smudges down the hat on top of her head. Someone proved conventional wisdom doesn't necessarily apply, and miracles can occur. And even...
Well, I guess I did.
And even at the worst part, even when you've hit rock bottom, something brilliant can happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And if the damn bug says otherwise, make sure not to kowtow to him. Give him a smack if he doesn't want to play along.
Half the point of this is trying to prove it to him.
Mm-hmm. So
If
long
I can
as
make,
you know.
if I can make Zenith smile by the end of this, I'll have won.
She stops a bit. Damn, are you sure you can even tell? Stupid bug has a broken mask, can't even emote. What a loser. She stops a bit and then kind of looks at you, and something just seems to change about her in that moment, and everything just kind of falls from that moment, and she's just like, okay, yeah, if you want to do that, fine. So long as you're not making it a promise, try whatever. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't like that bug regardless of what happens, so... She kind of pouts in the corner.
Yeah, that's fine. She fucking walks over to the door and waves a hand. In a similar regard, I don't know. I feel like I don't know how to describe this feeling. I wanna see Zenith. She like scratches at her mask and shakes her head. Look, so he puts on a very strong and set persona, right?
Uh-huh.
Doesn't every part of your being want to contradict that? Or turn that around?
No.
No. Oh, I can tell you're lying with that one.
I never lie.
Illyria looks over at Teach and makes a completely straight face that you can see through the mask, and then looks back at Orchestra. And I'm going to actually need your help for all of this.
She pops out of existence. Hang on. No, she's just like, okay.
Similarly, I need to teach the doctor a few things.
Doing one is doing the same. After all, Zenith is his regret.
Not exactly fair to Zenith, is it?
I suppose not. Don't forget that he chose what to do with it.
She smiles at that. Well put. Okay. Well, feeling determined, feeling good, feeling 100 pounds lighter. Wow, you don't realize the weight of the shit you carry until you let go of it.
Yeah.
Oh, also, my sad sack backstory. She looks over at Teach.
What?
That was a lasting problem for a lot of my life, but I'm actually kind of over it.
Smiles.
Years back, Deltanos and Testudos had bad blood, but new head of the Deltano family actually has managed to turn it around a lot.
She kind of thinks about that. Really?
Yeah. she kind of smiles under the mask. Things do change. They do get better, and people are sometimes better than you give them credit for.
She kind of thinks about that. I'm going to do my best to realize that.
I felt like I kind of lectured you for a bit, and I'm sorry about that.
Don't worry about it. I think I need a good lecture occasionally.
She kind of like, she tilts her head. Everything that you said, it helped a lot, but you've clearly suffered a lot more than I have. And I know suffering is relative and everything, but thank you. She bows. Thank you for turning all of that into something good for me.
She stops and thinks, and
I know I was begging earlier that all this suffering should mean something for someone, because otherwise it would feel like it didn't matter. I know that train of thought is unhealthy in a lot of regards, but you helped me. So thank you for everything you are. She pats you on the shoulder. Was going to walk over to this gremlin. Okay, come on, we got plans to make.
No, I want to sleep here.
Yeah, no, you're not sleeping in the barrel room. Come on.
Okay. She sits up and moves out the door,
and
waving her wand as she
Illyria also walks past Teach again, who is, based on the tone of voice, is tearing up.
Mm-hmm.
She also looks back at Orchestra. Also, I think it might be useful to have somebody keep you in check sometimes. Like, it's useful to have a voice that sometimes calls you on your looks back at Orchestra. Shit. Because I think it's a trap for good people like us to not factor in that dissenting voice. Nobility is its own drug in its own regard. And you're one of the most noble people I know, so finding someone like that for you could help. She keeps looking at Orchestra, saying all of this, gauging her reaction.
Orchestra is like bouncing back and forth, side to side. I think it's a lot to think about at once.
Yeah, and like, I suppose it's a mechanism that a lot of people have for themselves, but I don't got it.
I don't really have it either. So, yeah. I've learned a lot too. Thank you, Illyria.
Maybe someday someone will convince you to be kinda shitty sometimes. Illyria gives you a pat on the shoulder and then goes back to catch up with the clown. Hey, wait, come on, let's go.
Teach scratches her head as you two head up there, as she spends a little more time down here, and she tries to internalize everything she just heard, and to some degree she does. There's so much she needs to do, so much she needs to think about and change.
I'm so sorry I just passed all of my burdens on to you.
There's so much that she feels incomplete. No answers, just more questions. But
I'm so sorry, Teach.
She
I'm so fucking sorry.
holds herself there. In that moment, she chooses to first internalize something that she had so much trouble to over this past few months. And that was that she helped someone, that they care for her. Nice.
That was really, really well done. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, Illyria's gonna have some problems going into Indigo. Orchestra rolls up. Yo, stop making promises.
Yeah.
Stab.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah,
You're just like, hey, bitch.
we're doing this now, I see.
Yeah. It's the final moment before moving into the finale, you know?
It's the final moment before moving into the finale in which Illyria is like, she's not a fucking sad sack. I expected her to get over it in mid-finale, but no. The clown rolled up and stabbed her. I'm glad I chose that combination of characters because I love
agree.
them.
They are great. They are my favorite. And I was thinking, like, I wonder how a conversation with them is going to go. And I was like, this is fine. Like, and then things started to kind of click. And then I was like,
yeah,
this is why these people are together right now.
I like them because they presented both complementary and contradictory, philosophies at points where like, I think it's that fun thing where Illyria goes 75% of the way with Teach and 25% of the way with Orchestra.
Yeah.
So it's like, for Teach, it's like, oh yeah, no, all of this makes sense. Orchestra provides Teach provides the very learned, like, you can grow from all of these things, and like, it's cool, you don't need to phrase it like a promise. And then Orchestra is the more like, the chaos route to Teach's law route, which is like, man, wouldn't it be cool if you could grow from all this shit and then also have no obligations?
Yeah.
Party popper. And Illyria turns over, it's like, wow, that sounds rad.
Yeah.
You mean I could just be a person and relax? Yeah, sure, do what you want, kid. Neat.
Yeah. I love that. Oh, that's so much.
God.
Good shit.
Yeah, no,
I really like
Teach is the one that makes the incredibly finely crafted, like, Philly cheesesteak. And then Orchestra's the one that's like, you want some fucking shitty cheese on top of that?
Shitty cheese. You want some melted American slices I heat up in the microwave?
Yeah, you know I do, you son of a bitch.
It tastes like I didn't even take the little plastic parts that stick to the side off.
Why does that make it taste so much better?
It does, doesn't it?
Oh.
Stupid clown.
Stupid clown.
So yeah, after you all head upstairs, Orchestra plays off a nice lullaby for you, and you actually do get some sleep. And yeah, Horace also fucks off out of his bed and loans a bed to either of you because he doesn't need to sleep, honestly. He just chats with Orchestra all night, really. And
Illyria tries to stay up the entire time and talk to them, and then Orchestra, like, occasionally will turn over, eyes light up, lullaby, thunk.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. No talking to friends, go to bed, lady.
You
I
say
was
it
gonna
like
say
that?
honey, but that's her thing.
Why did you say it like that, you piece of shit?
Oh. So yeah, you end up waking up that next morning, though.
Also, you got Illyria's backstory well before I expected to do it.
Yeah. Oh, it was fun. Let me actually ask.
It is genuinely a non-problem because of how Delilah be.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those things that, like, yes, early in campaign development, this is this, and then I saw Delilah, I'm like, this is not a problem.
Yeah. Fucking great shit.
It was
now going
before,
in. I have
before Delilah, but like, yeah, no.
Can't wait to go into chapter 2 now with conflicting feelings. Thank you so much. Illyria said they're cool, though. I guess I should talk to them, and then, well, they are cool. Oh boy.
Yeah, no, Teach got that info directly.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I'm like, I think it's fine to let the audience know this if they're this deep in the Patreon, like, and then I'm like, wait, no, one of the protagonists is gonna know directly that they're actually chill. Fuck, you know what, whatever. It happened naturally.
Yeah, that's fine.
Legit. legit, for context, Illyria's, like, parentage doesn't give her an heirship to the Deltano family or anything. It's literally, like, a branch cousin, etc., but it caused issues for her with the, being a testudo, because she had some fishy blood, which is why she looks like a spookfish.
Yeah.
What you call it? Yeah, no.
A combination of the deep sea fucking
The deep sea shit and a deer, so it's like, she looks like a nightmare.
Oh, no, she doesn't. She's fine.
She's a deep sea creature. She knows.
She's a deep sea creature. She
knows what she's about.
It's. She looks a little scary. It's fine though.
She looks a little scary. She'll admit that. She doesn't give a shit.
She grows on you.
Yes. No, you get used to her face eventually.
So after that you do eventually wake up. And when you do, you wake up to the morning again, and a little sun is drifting in, and here. One more thing to clear. That's good. Do you want to take a quick break too, or are you good?
I'm good. Let's take a break like a scene in.
All right, sure. That sounds good to me. So, you wake up to some shouting.
What?
Hey!
She sits up. Where's orchestra? What?
Oh, she's downstairs. Everyone's downstairs. Everyone is downstairs.
Okay, good.
Not everyone. I'm upstairs, and you're upstairs.
Yes, you are. You two were talking a lot last night.
Yeah.
Was that the first time you've been able to catch up?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. What just... Ooh, tell me the gossip. She leans in.
He thinks a little bit. No, Illyria, I am no snitch. He thinks a bit. That's actually factually wrong.
Yeah, one, that's factually wrong. Two, I'm gonna ask Orchestra, and she's gonna tell me, and it's gonna be less flattering if she does.
Well, I just told her about we were kind of just going back and forth about all the times we spent in here, and how we were both totally aware and actually people the whole time, but had to play not doing that. I felt a bit bad for Zenith. She didn't.
I'm well aware of that fact.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I feel bad enough about Zenith for the both of us, so like it works.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, I after all, I don't know what Zenith. I don't know what Zenith thinks about all of that. I think he figured it out, but at this point, he's probably. Well, he chose a really weird day for us. I think you're gonna find it interesting.
Oh, okay. It's weird that you can talk to me openly about this, and that you're here and on my... This is so strange.
I'm just Horace.
Of course you're Horace. Thanks, Horace.
No problem. I was about to say no problem, Horace, but you're not yeah! He gets up and follows you a bit. I think it'll all make sense once you go outside.
Okay.
Yeah. He moves on, stepping with you as you...
She goes downstairs.
Yeah. You go downstairs with him, and as you both go, you find those steps on down as you continue.
I've literally I can't do Zenith's voice right now. I tried. Oh my god, my voice just shattered.
No.
I've literally made him a larger himbo.
I've gained 10 inches and also lost 10 IQ.
Illyria looks back at the girls' night fucking closet. She looks at that door and she says a silent prayer to herself, thankful to whatever fucking deity Wait, hold on. Her family's part Raojin. Probably one of the 13. She's gonna... Christian, what god am I praying to?
Excuse me?
Oh, yes, of course. The 12. I mean, for her, it could be 13 because Raucous
could.
counts too.
Yeah, true.
So which god
Talos is not a part of the pantheon. Excuse me.
No. It's because she has dual heritage here.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay, so what's up?
So which god am I praying to? Which is the 12?
Oh, well, tell me, what are you praying for?
She wants to pray to remember this and wants to preserve the closet in her memory.
You would be praying to the snail.
She prays to the snail. Then slowly cracks open the door.
And you head out. Orchestra is sitting on the counter.
Illyria runs around and like grabs Orchestra.
Yeah.
Just like looking at her. Oh my god, you're still here and it's the day and you're not gone?
Yep.
And it's the day?
Yep.
And you're not gone.
Yep.
Sorry, that was just I'm really used to you. I'm so used to you disappearing. I'm so used to worrying about you. I worried about you nonstop.
Aw, that's so sweet. She kind of moves over and gives you a pat on the mask.
Yeah, it was a problem. Felt bad all week about it. Felt bad literally every single day about it. Do you know how afraid I'm doing this in public? She turns around
everyone's kind of looking over, and then they're all it's just riddle, yeah.
I was afraid. I was afraid. Hey everyone.
Hey there. Taka's like, yeah, I'm afraid right now.
Why?
Yeah, he points out the door. And you see a figure outside that door. No one in particular that you know, but something you know stands outside.
The fuck? Hey,
He is standing outside. I'm just showing you, but he is out there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, what the hell?
They're knocking. Didn't know if I want to come out yet.
I'll go talk to him, okay? Okay?
Okay.
Illyria's going to climb over and go outside.
All right.
Beatrice, can you come with me?
Absolutely. She scoots over with her gun.
I need my emotional support bee with her emotional support gun.
Yes. Enough emotional support between both of you with that gun. You take steps outside. Let me put you to a loading screen. Took one scene with all of them for me to hit the, oh, I really like these people thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, I felt that growing with the seeing them in pairs, but then them all here, I'm just like,
oh, I like these characters.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll get Zenith in there too. It'll be great. It'll be a party.
I'm sure he'll be pleased as punch.
Orchestra won't. She'll be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I'm sure Heather will be excited.
You step outside, and you're hit with sunlight that hits you like a blinding ray. It almost saturates everything around you as you step on outside, and you find yourself, what hurt about that? And it hits you. It hits you because everything was covered in a smog that darkened. And now the light sears this place as you step on outside.
Oh boy, it's bright.
You move on outside. Stop. We're just doing a trek. Is anyone in here infected?
No, they're not.
We take a look at that. We need to clarify that ourselves.
Sorry, can I help you? Are you with the Testudo family?
Yep. Yes, we are.
She's like looking back and forth. Oh boy, I remember the context of this. You weren't supposed to be here this soon. Do you know the name Illyria Testudo?
He stops. No.
Okay, thought so.
That's supposed to mean something to me.
Yeah, I'm the daughter of the head of the family.
He looks at that. No, you aren't.
She slowly and reluctantly raises her hands and goes, look, I've been working here on behalf of the Testudo family, taking care of people within this district. Can I ask what you're doing here?
He kind of stops. I don't believe we contracted anyone on the outside to work, especially not someone who would claim to be the head's daughter. However, he stops and turns around. We are simply cleaning up. We've administered antidote and have begun giving vaccines to those who have otherwise been... He kind of stops a bit, and he reaches into his coat as he's saying this and pulls something out as he punctuates. I paused. He did not. Uninfected. So if you are uninfected, I would ask you do your duties to administer, or he kind of points over to the tent, let us administer vaccines.
And you developed a successful vaccine.
Yes. We've been working on it the past few days.
Okay, and it works.
This illness was something that confounded locals, but was quite a simple matter for our medicine.
Illyria feels almost a sense of frustration at that. Everybody in this district fought so hard. Hearing him simply write it off as, well, it was a simple matter for us, pisses her the hell off. Then she feels the fabric of this world. Yeah, that's what the doctor must have felt too. Okay, very well. We're all uninfected, so do whatever it is you're going to do.
Of course. And this sort of continues as he kind of turns over. We have uninfected inside. Please stay here. He approaches and talks to these others, and Beatrice is like clutching onto the weapon a little, not aggressively, just like holding it by the top of the barrel, and is just like, I don't like those guys.
They're nicer once you... Yeah, I don't like them either. Illyria decides to stop lying, and then she thinks about this for a second. Well, if Zenith is the form of the doctor's worst regret, this is it, I guess. She looks out and across. It's... Oh my god, we've got to go see him.
See who?
We've got to go see the doctor.
Right, true.
Oh my god, this is the morning Heather dies, isn't it?
She kind of gets sour at that. It's already the afternoon, actually. We all ended up sleeping in quite a bit. She thinks about that, though I feel like maybe that's not quite honest. I feel like we were woken up around this time. I think she's already dead, Illyria.
All the more reason to see the doctor, then.
She kind of nods her head. Well, we going?
Yeah,
Might need to... She kind of like gestures her head over.
Yeah, let's handle that first.
Well, I'll go get everyone. She thinks, ooh, I wonder if it's gonna... Nah, I'm sure this place won't care too much. She thinks orchestra doesn't have a body, right?
No.
She was playing around earlier and dumping things inside of herself, and it was a bit... But,
Illyria just, yeah, that tracks.
Well, yeah. Good luck. We'll all need it. And that, you all spend some time getting essentially these vaccine treatments. And, yeah, it seems to be a bit of a time-consuming process. But at some point, the last person ends up stepping on out. Here, let me drag you back now. Teach moves on up to you. It's so weird. She stops and kind of, I already got vaccinated for this stuff.
Yeah, I don't like this. She looks around. Well, I guess we've got the natural thing would be to sweep the district, I guess. Should we do that, or should we go see the doctor first? Also, she steps up to Orchestra. You gonna be okay seeing the doctor?
She thinks, yeah, why wouldn't I? I'm
I mean-
Orchestra after all.
I mean, that
She
person...
stops a bit. No. I'm. She tries
You're
to
fine?
stop, get serious for a second. Yeah.
No, are you... Okay.
Yeah.
She,
I left that part to her.
She pats you on both shoulders. That's, what I wanted to hear, but... Yeah, no, just didn't want to do anything to make you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. So, let's go take a look-sees around then.
Yeah, let's poke our heads in everywhere, I guess.
Yeah, you start to move. And,
Illyria walks with this group of people
Mm-hmm.
and just... Hold on, there's no plague anymore. She unsnaps the mask. She just starts beaming at them.
they all like are fine with this, and Beatrice beams back, and everyone just kind of walks. Orchestra makes a bit of a deal about it, but no one else seems to. After only a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes, it all just feels natural. Walking around with these people unmasked, it just feels fine.
Illyria takes like a few steps, and her tears start to well up in her eyes again. The goddamn crybaby. And she imagines a situation in which she could have maybe walked with all of these people. That they could have met under different circumstances and had just a nice day. Maybe eaten a place and gone home at the end of the night. Just some other circumstances. And she feels that like almost bittersweet feeling build in her chest. And then she draws herself up to her full height and actually holds the tears back for once. Just because this all has to end doesn't mean something better won't follow. She determinedly begins to walk with her friends.
You do so, moving with them in this moment. That sounds like a great part to call a break.
Excellent.
Yeah. I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Me
and
too.
Grab some more water. Good shit.
Good shit so far.
Yeah. All right. I'll be right back. Oh, hello.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, me. Yes, I'm having fun.
I'm having a really good time.
Yeah.
I'm happy with how that conversation went, because it was once again like it was one of those things that if I had had either of the two of them on their own, it would not have worked.
Yeah, I know, which is what I was
would've
really
just
happy
been-
about.
She would have gotten caught in an even deeper part.
Mhm.
I'm also happy with fucking God. I feel like I finally got a handle on Illyria. She's doing good. She's fucking strong now.
Man, yeah, she's tough. I love her.
She also got to lecture teach, which felt
Yeah.
okay.
That was
she's like,
good.
this is awkward, but at the same time, I think everybody needs someone to call them on their shit to a certain
Yeah.
degree. That's not me. I'm not good at that.
I
Maybe
liked it
someday.
because it gave me a little context for why Teach has been struggling when anyone's done said things and all the stuff that
Yeah.
has happened. It's added a little more flavor to her arc she's had, because
Yeah.
I can just feel now in the back of her head she was sitting there like, yeah, she said that.
Where it's like there's that, like, you had that sort of polar, Teach had that polar reaction to her of like, oh man, you're the best, etc., or 100%, oh, I'm Alcott and I'm sick of your shit, go die in a fire, Teach. And Teach is like, I don't think this is what she meant.
Yeah, it's like that. I think I need to find a middle ground here.
I need to find any kind of a middle ground.
Yeah, this is a little confusing.
This is a little lot.
Oh God, what
is Song the middle ground? Song is not.
No, he's not, and he might be capable of being it, but that's not the kind of friend he decided to be for Teach, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
because he wanted to be the kind of friend to support her. Because again, there's this aspect of Teach where when you are someone who lines up with her in a way that makes you a friend, you get really pissed off when other people don't get shit.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's this natural inclination sometimes for someone to be like, I just want to be there to support her. And she could use some of the not that. And I think she's fine with that. Just Alcott's a lot.
Alcott's a lot, and like Alcott is I feel like, oh boy, if Teach needs a cup of coffee to wake up, Noctua is a cup of water that you have taken an eyedropper and like doused it with like 5 to 6 little dabs of coffee, and just in talking to her, Teach is like, yeah, I should be angry about things. And then Alcott, on the other hand, is you have just taken the grounds and poured a thimble of water in it and handed it to Teach and gone, yo, drink. It's like, man, I just want a normal cup of coffee. Like, one of these is helpful for me. Like, I can drink the water with the droplets in it. Yeah. The other will kill me. Man, why can't y'all be normal?
Oh God, yeah. Oh. I'm loving this.
I'm loving this a lot. I'm also starting to understand why Noctua was good for Teach, which is really good.
Yeah.
Because it's that whole like that conversation with Teach of just like, man, I'm so fucking tired. Everyone needs my help. There's all these fucking expectations put on me. And Noctua being like, fucking get mad.
Yeah.
You're feeling sad about stuff. You're mad at yourself. Get mad at everyone else. So yeah, I guess no, you do have your gremlin.
I sort of, yeah. She's just waking up to her own gremlinness first.
Yeah. You gotta self-gremlin before you gremlin others, I suppose.
Yeah. Orchestra's just in that sweet spot.
Orchestra also had to wake up to it.
Yeah, she did.
Halfway through.
Literally.
Yeah, literally. And she could be a fucker.
Yeah. Alrighty, let me drop people down. And we go back. Oh, hang on. I need to drop someone else. You continue on inside to this strange new dream, this aftermath. You start to soak it in a little bit.
Whew.
You start to look around, and a bit of the nice energy you're feeling, it's dropped a little bit, not destroyed. You're still with the people you care about and moving around. However, when the body bags start to show up, things get a little more... You know, to some degree, it's all a play, but it's the context, or even a play, a story, can make you feel things.
Yeah.
This does.
That's That's where the tide were, right?
Yeah.
She comes over. Hi, sorry to bother you. The people inside this building, is this all of them?
They kind of look,
Points at
they're
the
in the
bag.
middle of pulling them out. We've got 2 more.
Are any of them alive? Were any of them alive?
They kind of look. No. Wait. She kind of looks back inside. Except for the one.
Did he, the one with the donuts?
They kind of stop and look and don't really register that as any kind of important detail.
I mean, it's literally impossible to miss. She mutters.
No.
Okay. She walks away, shaking her head. I guess the plague's still technically around. Click.
You begin moving forward. Well, don't touch any bodies. That would be bad. Well, we're vaccinated. Aren't we safe?
Oh, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. She looks over.
Yeah, you look over and you notice the stair.
Was there always that hot dog stand there?
Walking by, Horace looks. Oh no! What?
What?
Wasn't there like a pair of stairs there at some point?
There's definitely stairs there, right?
Yeah, there were stairs there. Everyone
just shakes their head and moves past. I mean, like, Orchestra, I brought you into that shop.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I miss that guy.
I don't. No,
Wait.
I do.
Good. He was nice.
Well, no, and that's why I liked him. That's the man who never makes a promise to anyone.
I swear to God, if you start this.
You see 2 orderlies around the corner, frustratedly talking to this man. A bit of their impassive veneer seems to have shattered. I tell you, I do not need a vaccine. I use the power of my art to cure myself.
That
is physically impossible.
I'm so glad he made it out.
Illyria, tell these orderlies to leave me alone.
He's not actually joking. He used the power of art to cure himself. There's nothing else I can say about that. He's fine. Check his symptoms. He's genuinely okay.
Regardless if he went through the cure, went without the... Keep away from the bodies. Stay inside until everything's cleaned up. I would... He kind of like... You will have at least a couple more days to stop by and get a vaccine. We will be back. They say, stepping off.
Well, congratulations. Plague's over, I guess.
Yes, I suppose so. He kind of like crosses his arms again. Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you. You're actually the one who opened the door for me.
He kind of thinks about that. Orga's just kind of like, what? And then he's like, truly, I opened the door in your heart, perhaps?
Well, your artwork was actually one of the key clues I used to figure out about this place. So yeah, your art's really something inspiring.
He gives you a proud smile. Yes, thank you. I'm glad you appreciated it. It would have, and I can say I would probably not have survived to finish that piece without your medicine.
Oh, she holds out a hand. We're not supposed to shake hands or whatever. If
we
you're
are
ever
both
looking
immune to the plague, we can shake hands.
That's a dangerous way of thinking in most instances, but sure. She shakes hands.
I've never had a vaccine in my life.
Oh my God.
I was saying that as a joke, but I almost feel like
Illyria just like, this man's gonna kill me, but at the same time, in this one instance, it's fine. She looks up. in the future, if you want to work together, it's fine. I am over in Pinion Tower. Or I guess I am now. It might not be in the future.
I too am in Pinion Tower. We shall talk. Wait,
Okay.
he turned around to this house. Yes, that's quite strange.
Yeah, only one more day of this, bud. You'll get through it. Pats him on the back.
He strokes his chin. Yes.
Why not convert this unusual feeling into a piece? I'm sure other people would appreciate it.
I am thinking of doing that now. After all, he said I have a couple more days before they'll drag me out for their needles.
Something tells me that this will be the last day, but yeah, good luck, bud.
Okay. He steps out inside, opens the door to this house, and begins working some more.
She looks back at Orchestra. What was that what earlier?
I don't know. That's just weird.
No, like, did you think, oh, it was a more metaphorical, like, oh, you opened the door to my heart or whatever?
No, I just... You gotta, like,
Did you get jealous?
Yeah. I did.
Wow, I literally can't win with you. He walks past, having immediately been disarmed.
Beatrice kind of keeps walking. That man is gonna die one day. I mean, like, horribly.
I'll get through to him someday. But after we leave the district, after we've reconsidered our lives, I guess. For now, I'm just happy he's alive. I'm just so happy he's alive. I used him as a test. Early on, and he got to live.
Wow. That's kind of fucked up.
I know. Illyria sags against the light post. You don't have to tell me.
Oh, okay.
Let's check on the apartments. I guess only those of you with strong stomachs come with me.
Ooh. Yeah, I got a pretty strong stomach, I guess.
Okay. Taki, you're up.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could... he was just like... She just kind of stops. Yeah, all right. Lay it outside. Teach kind of moves in. I think some closure would be nice.
Yeah.
I got a pretty strong stomach.
Looks back at her. You, Beatrice told me that you've been jamming all this stuff from the general store into your body.
She stops.
Is that what you jingle when you walk now? Yeah, that's what I thought.
You move on inside, and I will kind of sum up as you go in. You approach, and they grill you a bit, but Teach says that this is her apartment and she needs to get some stuff. And she shows she has an apartment key for this place.
Yeah.
And they eventually, begrudgingly, they stop you both from going inside, but they do let her go in. What did you want her to find for your C?
Boy. She's gonna check to confirm the dead.
Mm-hmm. Well, she does come out a little bit, and she moves and thank you. She nods at them and just kind of like, let's get out of these people's faces. And moving out, she's like, every apartment inside has been vacated and people removed, I suppose. I believe the fatality rate in there was almost perfect, besides our neighbor.
Wait, what?
The one across, Miss Rivka. She came by a few times. She was fine.
Everyone else, though?
Everyone else died, unfortunately. So she kind of stops and looks. Illyria.
Yeah.
It's... Again, it wasn't your fault that happened.
Yeah. Still stings.
Yeah. Orchestra, I mean, does it, though? I guess it does, but remember, everyone's alive. Right? Come on.
Yeah.
Horace stops and actually counters that point a bit. Now. Everyone is technically alive, but it's not like they're doing better. Everyone's in the backstage in the prop room. It is a little bit of mourning is not without justification.
This ain't done until we free him, I guess.
Of course, and in a way, I think it's good to feel every drop of that feeling. That's what made this, after all. So, I think there's value to it. Research! Haha, right?
Illyria, like not long. Yeah, you're right. I'm realizing there was, like, while Orchestra was over here, there is literally a color gradient of angel to devil on her shoulder.
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Okay, we gotta keep checking.
Mm-hmm. Now let's go. You all keep on moving up, basically continuing this large expedition of yours to continue checking up on the multiple districts, seeing what you have left. And as you continue going up...
Oh no.
Yeah?
Yeah? I see that fucking expensive ass coffin up there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Illyria takes a look. Hi, I'm
there.
What's going on with this building?
The larger man here steps up. At first, his form seems almost similar to Garam's, but the voice, it's not him, as he kind of speaks up more. Inside here is this is our base of operations, per se. We are distributing out and creating medicine and doing things locally. We were somewhat at short supply when we came in. There were quite a lot more infected than we intended to find. So there is some need of emergency and also analysis.
Okay. Sorry to bother you. She moves away,
If
having
you
never
anything.
seen the interior of this building.
Yeah. You start to move up.
The effect on the roof is so good. I just want to
Yeah.
say that because I can see the bouquet on the inside.
Yeah. Horace kind of steps up. I never got to see what she looked like.
Who?
The lady in there. We never get to this day.
Oh.
This is day 6, I think.
Should we go in?
He kind of thinks. Well, I'll be honest with you. Do you want to talk to your grandma?
She stops and fucking looks. Right now? No, I don't.
He nods his head. I thought I'd warn you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna be a coward and run from this one.
Fantastic. He's like, okay.
What, do you think otherwise?
What? No, that's just me being genuine. Does it not sound like it?
Illyria wonders about how she should answer that question. She puts a hand on Orchestra's shoulder. One way or another, you are going to meet her soon enough, so,
Cool, that's what I'm hoping for.
That sounded very genuine.
I want to meet Mama Testido.
Less so. I know you mean it, it's just the way you say it. She comes over here, clicks on the mask, and sees the fucking casket coming out here.
Yeah, these guys are moving out this fancy, rich casket that they have. And, looks like the noble boy didn't make it out.
One we never got to meet.
Yes. Oh, not a shame. Not a shame at all.
You know what? I'll take your word for that and move on.
Yes, of course.
She does so. She stops. Taka, you want to grab anything from your shop?
Yeah, I'll do that real fast. He kind of heads off in this direction. And, yeah, as you, okay. As you start to head past, a single figure steps out from the building, and Teach notices them and blinks. Hey, keep going. I need to do
let's keep walking.
No. I need to talk real quick. She steps over and moves over in this direction and flags this person down who seems surprised, and Teach starts addressing them. And that's going to happen off screen because you chose not to care.
I choose it again in a heartbeat, baby.
You all give zero shits and keep moving on as
Yep.
Pete addresses this man.
Tell me what she tells him so I can follow up in Indigo.
Sure thing. And let's see. You make those steps forward. Let me bat those two for a moment.
Oh my fucking god.
You find the boatload at this point. Beatrice looks a little horrified herself as she kind of steps up here and she stops and she's like, oh my god.
There are so damn many. Okay. Illyria screws up her face and starts to go through.
Hey, Will, if you want to move the Hornet, I'll move the blue people.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of go through. And the large giant man over here just kind of stops and looks. And then he kind of wordlessly just steps aside and lets you continue.
She keeps walking.
They all look at you with that expressionless mask, kind of eyeing you as you approach, making sure you don't tamper with anything.
She walks up to... She actually just walks up straight to Zenith and addresses him. So, Zenith, hell of a last day.
It is, isn't it? You see, he's got a little clipboard and he's just writing down on it.
She looks at the small body bag over there.
Yes. Rather depressing one. Talia. Although, according to the testudos, she's number 48. Calliope and her sister are known as 72 and 73. And Cascade is 54.
I'm gonna roll. Oh wait, no.
No, you're wounded still from last session.
Oh, did I not heal?
Well, you did get some sleep. I think you got some sleep and actually talked pretty heavily about what you were feeling. So now, you get that extra one. That's a 18.
Okay. She does hold firm through that.
Yeah. Testudo coldness is unfortunately something you are too familiar with.
I hate it. I hate it so much. I hate it so much.
Yes, I agree. It's a little cold, but he just shakes the paper. Necessary for the credits that they be credited as their role.
Of course. Illyria seethes. Well, with this, I think we've completed our rounds, except, of course, for the park. So we are going to get going in that direction. She fucking storms off in this direction.
They start going, and Beatrice turns and looks up at this man who is taller than her, and she approaches and, stares at him close in the face.
Can I help you?
Yeah, you piece of shit. Don't go saying that. Why you gotta word things the most irritating goddamn way in the planet? Fuck you. Jeez, you just... She pulls out a flower and starts chewing it back like it's a licorice stick. And she's just like...
Zenith just shrugs. I'm merely filling a role.
Feel a little quieter.
Beatrice storms away. Illyria's hands up, looking back at Zenith like, shit, man. You want to check on your diner?
He thinks about that. No, I don't think so, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, He kind of thinks about it. I found that the places I don't really need to find. I don't really... I'm not leaving, if that makes sense. In a way.
Yeah, of course.
So, I don't really feel the need to say goodbye to it. I'd rather spend time with everyone here. Ow.
In
He just
character
kinda
and
grabs
out. Ow.
He just kind of grabs onto his arm real quick. It's very nice, Horace. I'm glad to spend some time with you too. They all
Illyria contextlessly fucking mashes Orchestra's hat.
ah! Ah! Okay, fine. Stop.
She stops.
Okay. Well, guess it's time.
Guess it's time.
You all stumble back through this path and bring yourself on over to the park. And let me just drop you off. You kind of head off of what is a actual path and just kind of start walking through the greenery of the park itself. And yeah, you kind of stumble on back and find your way heading to the park itself. You're at the top right corner.
Okay. Here we go then. Wow. Oh, there's Taka.
Yeah, you notice the other two have regrouped back here as well. They're kind of moving on up. Hey. So much for the Graves thing.
Yeah, this is... I feel like I've said this a lot, but this is a lot.
Yeah.
Hate to see it. I genuinely hate to see it. But, what I'm feeling now is probably a fraction of, emotions with their head.
Yeah.
So I'm...
Sounds like it.
Gonna get in there and I'm gonna do my best.
Need some help?
I do. Yeah, I do. I need help from, She looks over and across, this line of people. It's gonna be hard for each of us, but, Beatrice, I think I could use your help in there.
Alrighty. I'll go on inside. I don't mind.
And, Orchestra?
Yeah?
I'd appreciate it if you were there.
Okay.
Why you say it like that? Why are you constantly like, what the fuck? So, okay, here we go.
Excuse me, ma'am. The clubhouse is off limits.
I'm sorry, I'm the doctor's assistant. I need,
Okay, yeah, that works.
She walked forward with a similar energy she had earlier, but then stops.
She holds out the note she got from the doctor on the very first day.
Nice. He holds that. All right. It's very well. He turns. Are they approved as well?
Yes, we are.
She actually pulls out a note and hands it over. It's a note from the doctor that also clarifies her store as an emergency spot, and also basically it's like, when all this is over, you'll get replenished by the city and paid for all of that hard work you did and all those goods you gave out for free. And he's like, very well. And you, Orchestra, kind of looks over at him.
Who, me?
Yes.
That's my assistant partner? Assistant nurse?
She signed off. Orchestra's like, hang on.
Horace, can you do the thing?
Right, of course. I think Zenith. No, I think he'd get a bit mad at me.
Well, we could just convince this. We could just convince him. It's fine. Illyria turns around. This is my assistant. She really helped me throughout all this.
I don't. Something seems to stop. He holds her a moment. Very well, go on through. He steps back, like a string was just tugged a bit.
looks at Horace.
I didn't do anything. Oh, well,
Sure.
Stay out here. Chill out.
Okay.
Yeah. God, it's such a beautiful day outside. You just starts going at it with Taka and Teach, who give him a bit back. Teach is doing a little better today and actually returns some of the energy a bit, but Taka's just out of his element with these two.
All right, let's go.
You all reach the clubhouse door, and you open that door and take a step inside. Let me just grab you over. Where am I? There we go, okay. I need to find right thing. Hold on. Ooh. Okay. You take steps on inside, and as you do, you move and you find yourself move on inside the clubhouse, exactly how it was. And then as you move through that step, you feel yourself hit a barrier that comes apart like plastic wrap. And you find yourself not in the clubhouse.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But while that itself might have been something you were ready for, prepared in some way.
Illyria wasn't. I was.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No,
Okay,
Illyria.
cool.
Illyria's gonna
All
walk
right.
in and be like, "What the fuck?"
All right, super fair. Yeah, I feel like she would totally be able to get away with saying she was prepared for it, though. She's saying a
I was
lot
ready
of
for
shit.
this. She's seen some shit, but like,
All right, you move on through, and as you step, the more concerning part is that you find yourself here alone.
that is upsetting.
Doors click behind you as they shutter with large locks.
Okay. Damn it. Okay, this is it. She psychs herself up. Man, she looks back at the door. Didn't realize how much of that weight those two were carrying for me. Till they're gone. Okay, that's fine. Or, hell, this ain't fine, but on the other side of this, I will be. She walks into the audience and climbs down those stairs.
Yeah, you find yourself seeing a lot more, and that's in part due to the light that spills out from across from you. The lights are on in here, and as you step down here, suddenly you stop, or are stopped, I'd say, not by your own. Not by you aren't forced to a stop. It's more of your own immediate concern and survival instincts that bring you to a stop. As the lights close here, all of them except from one source. From behind the stage, there's a glow.
Illyria.
Dear Illyria, welcome back to the stage once again.
Okay, Zenith. I guess this is where it all ends. I kind of expected more people to be here. The audience is all empty.
That is what I think every doctor expects. That there would be more people at the end. I thought about it for a long time. There's a reason I couldn't sleep either, despite the fact that I just can't in general. It was figuring out what needed to happen. How do I make day 5 dreadful? Not just for you, but for me. And it clicked. It clicked. It didn't need to be day 5. It needed to be the day I never saw. Day 6. I felt it was easier to be a villain again and again and again. Instead of having to observe and live with the repercussions of failure that was not even my own. Because failure is easy to accept. There is a sinking in your heart. Your head spins. You can't stop thinking what part went wrong. But in the moment, it passes. And you move on from there. But then you give it a day, or a week, a month, a year, and it stacks and builds and it grows and grows and grows and grows and festers. And that's when the toll really takes place. And it has a wonderful word to perfectly describe it. Regret. And I think the part that sickens me the most, why I never wanted to see this day, is it's not even my regret. Someone pawned it off on me. And so be it. And thanks to them, I have become a monster. A monument to regret.
The stage seems to shake for a moment as the curtains hold the light glow growing from outside of them. As you hold yourself there, you wait and see. As the curtains shift, finally the full production coming out in front of you. The figure, Zenith. You knew him. This lurking form that lied beneath now shows itself to you. Monster to monster. This is the thing that the doctor feared.
Oh, hell yes.
It crawls, moving, its appendages uneven, its entire body sick, rotting. It peels itself forward at you, and as you emerge through there, suddenly the stage itself seems to change, and you come face to face with it fully. You notice an applause, for the main villain has emerged on the stage, a fan favorite. You turn around and face them, and face him, as the true nature of the stage peels its way forward with a fanfare of insects and bugs.
My dear Illyria. I must admit I've been kind of dreading this, but I'm also so excited. Because soon it'll be day one again. Because I can't even fathom suffering a day 7 of this. So, his arms coil around you as his entire head lowers down next to your ear. Why don't you tell the audience what happens next?
You feel a spotlight cast upon you, a spotlight that emerges from Zenith's own wings.
She turns around, she looks at Zenith, and then looks back at the audience. Well, that's actually easy. What follows next is boring, dreadfully cold, utterly boring. The bug is crushed, the sickness dissipates. And, of course, the true villain goes unpunished. You said this was a tragedy after all. Someone has to get away from all this, right?
Maybe. So then, Illyria, because the script has changed so dramatically, and I've never seen how today ends, let alone begins. Why don't you tell us with a glorious monologue?
Fucking Vow.
God, will you fucking that came at a perfect time when the music
Oh,
was
the music.
holy shit!
Next time on Wilting Vows, the finale.
Okay, fucking fantastic.
You can cut the recording there, J-Man.